Welcome to another episode of the Shop Walk here at Iconic Motorbikes, Friday, September 27th. And we got some cool stuff.
We did.
We always got cool stuff when we got Angel over here. Angel's been working on a really interesting Ducati 999 Custom. And it's a crazy story with this one. This bike originally came to us from South Africa, had aftermarket bodywork, wasn't the nicest thing in the world, but one of our clients who, I'm trying to keep him anonymous, but in history, his family actually owned Ducati as a company. So I'll just leave it at that. But it's really cool. So he, wanted to get one of these things as part of his, a tribute to his history, to his family history, if that's fair. And but he's turning it into an incredible custom. And I think this is the kind of bike that you're going to see on Bike Exif and Pipe Burn and a bunch of that kind of stuff in the future. Angel has been making that happen. You want to give like a 30-second run? Come close to me because I got the mic.
30 seconds will be hard.
Talk to me. Well, fair enough. A short description of what's going on here.
We did carbon wheels. We did Olin suspension. We did a lot of carbon parts. Brand new Brembo brakes, Brembo rotors. We powder coated the headlight and fairing stay. We installed all these accessories, all the clip-ons, everything that's on the handlebars, carbon fiber tank.
Oh yeah, the switches. That's worth a moment.
All of them work too. Functional.
There you go.
With a beautiful wiring tuck done to it. We did this slip-on exhaust. We powder coated, or we did some kind of coating to the rear shock also, and we got the bike running good. And we did service to the motor. So yeah, it's been a lot of work.
There you go.
We also did a lot of carbon on this side too. Like the timing belt covers, the clutch cover, Ozomo parts, exhaust. It's just a lot of parts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mr. Riff, could I have you come on this side? If you're looking to get Angel a birthday present this year, he loves boxers in this leopard print. That's,
I mean, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. I got pillows and blankets, bro.
Oh, there you go. All right, fair enough. All right, thank you, my friend. So Angel's kicking butt with that. Moving past the unserviced bay for a second. Over in Yanni's spot, he's doing an oil change on this Royal Enfield Continental GT 650. I've had the pleasure of riding one of these. And man, it's such a step up above what Royal Enfield was making in the past. They're actually making real big strides as a company. I'm not just saying that because I'm Indian and they're Indian. That's because you're a racist. No, but jokes aside, I mean, they genuinely are like, the first gen Himalayan, the 411 was pretty rough, pretty agricultural. The new 450 definitely is a huge step up. We actually had my buddy Morgan Gales, formerly of Cycle World, the Bonnier Group, Hot Bike, Cruiser, all those magazines. He went to the press launch for the 450 and came back, did a story for us, was really blown away. Same thing here. This is sort of a modern take on the old school, like your Northern Commandos and other traditional British parallel twin 650s. And if you want something that, it doesn't have the same cachet as a 70s Brit bike, but it also has fuel injection and an electric starter and the kind of things that if you just want to go for a ride. So I have had some experience with these kind of bikes, and they're definitely a big improvement over what Royal Enfield was selling in the US in terms of like the 535 single, like the previous generation of the Continental GT, that kind of thing. So kudos to them. I hope they keep growing, keep expanding. Because frankly, I think one of the problems in my one man's opinion, but the world of motorcycling needs more entry-level bikes, cheaper stuff for people to get into it and just experience what powered two wheels is like. I think actually, weirdly, I'm not a big electric fan. I'm not gonna say I'm a hater, but I'm definitely not a fan. But I think one of the things that they're doing right that the traditional gas-powered companies aren't doing is just trying to get people in early, or at a cheaper price point. You can get a Sur-Ron, you can get a Super 73, and you're having a lot of fun. They're doing a lot of things that are right, and hopefully that'll lead to more motorcyclists in the future. But that was a much longer rant than I wanted to do. I apologize. Again, going back to this, Yanni's doing an oil change, and then this will be going up on our auction site. So if you are interested in this kind of style of bike, Daniel Riff, who's manning the camera right now, used to have a Royal Enfield Bullet 500, and he sold it on our auction site. Something like this would definitely be definitely an upgrade. So thank you, Yanni.
Yes, sir.
All right, moving over here. Ollie. Sometimes I feel like we waste Ollie's skills. Ollie has previous experience with Grand Prix racing, like MotoGP level racing back in the day. But you know what? He works on everything, and we love that about him. I've been giving him some crap this morning about the things that he's worked on historically versus now he's a BMW GS expert. So he's got a GS Adventure here. He's already prepped this. We're waiting on the tire to come in the mail, and that's gonna go out because we have a rental tomorrow. And then a regular GS, this is actually, it's got a low frame and a low suspension. Ollie is, not to put you on the spot, but you're on the shorter side. How tall are you, sir?
5'7.5".
5'7". Okay, so really he's like 5'6", and he's just lying, but that's fine.
Almost.
But no, Ollie sat on this, and could you flat-foot it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So this is a low. They call it the low chassis or low chassis or low frame plus low suspension. So even if you're on the shorter side, this is part of our rental pool now, and you can rock it and have a good time, which is very cool. So that's Ollie there. I didn't mean to make fun of him for being short, but you know, what are you gonna do? And then lastly, Steve the Professor, working here on an MV Agusta Brutale 1000 RR. This, when it came out, was the most powerful naked bike available to the public. It's got some upgrades, like CNC Racing, Master Reservoirs, clutch and brake there, but a couple of little frame plugs, little billets, just little fancy stuff, but
sprocket nuts.
Ooh, there you go, good man. So yeah, sprocket nuts down there on your side, but
sliders, all kinds of little.
All kinds of. That's the thing. It's like it's generally pretty stock.
Yeah.
The small stuff that.
For pretty stuff.
Yeah, pretty stuff. There you go. So this will be going up on our auction site. This is a crazy bike. I actually, back in the day, I had a website that I used to do lots of press launches and that kind of thing. So I have pretty good relationships with a lot of the OEMs. And MV Agusta had one of these and a Brutale 800 RR, I believe, in their press fleet. And I bought both. And I really thought that I was going to like this one more. I personally ended up enjoying the Brutale 800 more than this, but this thing is, part of the reason is it's just crazy fast. It's more than 200 horsepower on a naked bike. The use case for something like that is basically you're a lunatic. So if you are a lunatic, this will be going up on the auction site. It is a lot of fun. I'm not gonna knock that. It's kind of got if you come to the front end, sir, you've got Porsche guys call this the fried egg headlight, which you would get like in a 996. It's got the kind of style, not exactly round, sort of round, but a little droopy. So they call it the fried egg. But I mean, there's so many beautiful touches to this. The aero there, not a full wing or anything insane like that. But like Steve mentioned, lots of cool little parts, billet parts, that kind of stuff. The carbon fiber cover here. And then, of course, the single-sided swing arm. I mean, this is a beautiful bike. Steve is doing a pre-auction inspection on it, and then it'll go up on the auction site for sale pretty soon. And whoever owns this, whoever picks this up, is going to be going very fast with very little wind protection. Before we wrap this thing up, I just got to show you, one of the things I thought was so cool about this bike, I love this design here. I think sometimes MV Agusta's newest bikes definitely are on the busy side, but my God. Oh yeah, here, let me, good call. Get some light going on there. But this light design I think is insanely cool. You have the potential for aeroflow, of course, if you're sitting on it, your butt's gonna be there blocking wind. But this design I love, and then the quad, almost organ style pipes there. Very fascinating. You may see in a future episode of the Shop Walk, we have an extra set of these pipes that just found their way to us. And Gray, the guy that runs our auction site, has a 70s BMW, and he's trying to figure out a way to put these pipes on his bike. It'll either be really cool or really horrible, but either way, we'll find out together. Blasphemy. Blasphemy indeed. Yeah, that's right. So we'll see, but there you go. That's, I don't know, it's about lunchtime here at Iconic. That's a shop walk. If we get a bunch of new stuff here, we'll do another one for you. But as always, please let us know if you have any questions or any comments you want to share, any stories you have with the bikes that we shared with you here. We always love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.